hope you're all well. It's Bernard here with my film and TV channel, and we're looking at a film today. So yeah, I do film reviews, TV drama reviews, information vlogs, and I try and inform and a little bit of entertainment. We have a look at what the critics are thinking about these films where available. Sometimes I watch a film or a drama that obviously is quite new and a lot of the critics haven't caught up with it yet, but we have a quick look and try and inform and entertain us what's going on with these films. And it's a little film review called, well, it's got three names actually, this film. It's either called Dead Earth, it's known as, or it's also called Two of Us, or as I've seen it, Paradise Z or Paradise Z. If you're an old English guy like me, we still say Z, even though obviously the younger kids say Z, like some other territories do at the moment. So yeah, we're going to have a look at Paradise Z today. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications if these are of any interest or you enjoy watching it. Please, thumbs ups are always nice. It's nice to get views, but it's great to get a thumbs up to know you're out there. And if you can't leave a comment, please comment. Any comments you can make are fantastic. If you check my playlist, you'll also see vlogs on my football team, Manchester City, so history vlogs and city present, etc, etc. So if that's of any interest to you, or you know someone who might be interested, please point them in my direction. That'd be great. And there'll be some links on screen as well for my Facebook and Twitter accounts, where I post lots of stuff on film, TV, football as well. So there's loads of stuff on there. So if you want someone to follow or friend you, I do check every couple of days and reciprocate with that. So if that's of any interest, if you could do that for me. Right, yeah, Paradise Z, let's call it. As I say, there'll be a few images up with different titles on, etc. Horror, drama, action. It's one of these post-apocalyptic things, isn't it? An hour and 35 minutes, probably about 10 minutes credits, about an hour and 25. It's an R rating and an 18 rating, depending which territory you're watching in. And it's about two young women who plan to try and live a normal life in isolation after a world-ending apocalypse. But their plans go all awry, as obviously it'd be boring otherwise, wouldn't it, when they are discovered. Director, please pronounce my pronunciation, please forgive it, Weech Chaos Ayanda. Stars Milena Gorham, Alice Tantayanon and Brian Miglio. I mean, yeah, please forgive my pronunciations. Actors I'm not overly familiar with. And the only ratings we've got at the moment, well, it has been out. There's 877 as I'm recording this on the 30th of December 2020 AM. So this score is as at that time. Internet Movie Database user rating, that's you, me, Joe Public. It's only getting 3.3 out of 10, so not great. It's a film I nearly didn't sort of watch. If they get low reviews, but there was a couple of positives, so I thought I'll give it a watch because I do like these. So I do like a good zombie movie. I'm not saying this is a good one, but I do like a good zombie movie. So 877 people have left a score for this and rated it a pretty paltry 3.3 out of 10. Some of the comments on Internet Movie Database by the users: 33 minutes in, not a zombie in sight. No, it doesn't mean it's a bad film, does it? Someone said, just ignore it, don't bother watching. Someone else said, what am I watching? Someone else said, absolutely terrible. Someone else said, if you have no taste in women or movies, this one is for you. And someone else wrote, interesting concept, however, failed delivery. Yeah, so there we go. And there are positives. You've got atmospheric and interesting until the zombies arrive. And that was a positive, actually. I know it don't sound like one, but that was, I think they scored it 7 out of 10 or something like that. And I'll leave you with this comment, because as I say, there's not many positives, but I'll just read this one out to you. This is sort of tempting me to watch this when I read this. It states, great atmosphere, two great girls, about 4 pieces of cloth between the two of them. Well, I like a bit of humour in my little reviews. Great music. I really like watching this movie. It's not a top 100 movie, no, or top 1,000. No, I know, and I have seen better looking zombies, but it kept me watching, and that's worth the stars I gave it. Don't expect Romero, just chill out and watch. I just like the honesty. I, for one, am looking forward to seeing the other 2 movies. Yeah, more on that in a moment. Belonging to this trilogy. This one is this is part of. Well, there you go. It's debatable whether we will see the other 2. To be honest with you, unless they cost about $500 to make or something. I'm not too sure. Yeah, my little thoughts on this. Yeah, I mean, it was about 40 minutes before we saw a little bit of action. That wasn't necessarily zombie action. I don't want to give any sort of anything away here, but that wasn't necessarily zombies anyway. Obviously, there's a plenty of sort of two young girls, okay, you know, fairly attractive young girls showering and in bed, and there's toilet scenes with etc. etc. So if you count that as action, fair enough. But yeah, it didn't give you a lot of time to either dislike them, and they didn't sort of. Couldn't really invest in the pair of them, to be honest with you. I wasn't overly impressed with either girls. You know, it's very, very hard to tell. There's a lot of doing normal things at what was basically an old sort of holiday sort of camp place. I think it's based in Thailand or something like that. But I didn't really, in that 40 minutes before the action sort of started, I didn't really invest in the characters to care less that much about them. I mean, there's shades of A Quiet Place at the start, especially when they had a toilet that was muffled, and obviously you thought, oh, they have to be very quiet here. And obviously there wasn't much conversation going on, so they thought, oh, they have to be really quiet here. So I assumed it was to limit noise, say padding on the toilet seats, etc., and the doors. You know, there was no loud bangs, etc. But then again, as they wander out into the complex, where the holiday complex where they are, I mean, one of them's carrying a pistol, and later on they carry machine guns. So obviously the needs for quietness doesn't always happen, does it? So perhaps they'll blast away and make a racket if need be. So yeah, I was a bit confusing from that side of it. I do like a good, as I said, I do like a good zombie or apocalyptic film. And I do like to see how ordinary people cope. I don't want to know how soldiers who are trained for this sort of thing cope. I like to see how I would cope if I ended up at this Thai holiday thing. I would probably do much the same thing as these two girls. So that side of it did interest me a little bit, and certainly kept me watching. As I said, a lot of people got a little bit bored and wondered where the zombies and all the horror was. But I did quite enjoy that first part of the film where they were just living a normal life as much as they could, and watching old films and feeding themselves. I mean, as I said, there was stuff obviously at this complex, but obviously once the food ran out, what they were going to do. But I mean, obviously we'd probably see that as the film moved along, didn't it? So that I did appreciate that side of it, but I can certainly appreciate all the negativity as well, because watching this, the knowledge that many didn't like it kept sort of my own personal expectations very, very low for this. And as an afternoon survival drama zombie romp, where you can catch up perhaps with a bit of ironing or some WhatsApping or some Twittering, perhaps, then it made okayish background for me, but I say it wasn't anything fantastic. Apparently, as they said before, this is the first in a trilogy, but I certainly won't hold my breath anticipating parts 2 and 3. There's too much unsaid in the film. There's not a real lack of backstory. You get to know a few things about what's happened to the world, etc. But it's possibly the worst looking zombie makeup I've seen for a while in a film. It's nice that the zombies are quite, lively, as in 28 Days Later, if you like. They're not strolling around with plenty of time to kill them. You can actually, they are very proactive and very fast, like Olympic runners, some of them. So it's nice at that side of it. But yeah, as I said, I watched it from a pure character sort of point of view of thinking, would I be doing the same sort of thing? So that, in my eyes, that sort of raised it a little bit above the 3.3 out of 10. I'm not going to go mad with this, but yeah, I mean, I can understand a rating of 3.3 out of 10, and so many people would have turned this off, to be honest with you. I can fully understand that. But yeah, I'm not going to go much higher, but I have seen worse. I have seen a lot worse, and as I said, it was the personal side of it, how they coped, that interested me initially, and then obviously as the zombies entered, there's one or two good action scenes as well in it that keep you interested. But I'm not going to go mad with this. As I said, I'm only going to give it a burner's rating. My little rating for this, I'm going to give it 4 out of 10, which isn't great, and I'm not certainly want to encourage you to go out and watch this, but as I say, some people do like it. I quite liked elements of it, but it was pretty poor overall, to be fair. The posters, I mean, I've shown a couple of posters there for the other film titles as well, so yeah, I thought the poster, I mean, you can't really go wrong with a good zombie poster, can you? I mean, and obviously if you had a little bit of sex to it, which is what it's done on a couple of those posters with the girls from behind, if you had a little bit of sex sells, as they say. doesn't do the poster any harm. I wouldn't mind having a poster on my wall behind me, for instance, the one I'm showing now, the final one. So yeah, I'm not going to go mad, but I'll give the poster 5.5 out of 10. Because certainly I'll give the posters victory today over the movie itself. So yeah, I wouldn't mind having a copy of that poster on the wall, because yeah, it's a nice. I like, nothing wrong with this. All right, there's no zombies on it, but particularly, but you don't need that. You got two young girls. So from a blue-blooded male point of view, there's nothing wrong with the poster. So I'm going to give poster victory today, 5.5 out of 10 for the poster. Sadly, only 4 out of 10 for the movie. Let me know what you think. Anyway, if you do actually watch it, as I say, I'll never put anyone off watching any film. You know, obviously everyone's got their own opinions, and everyone, you know, if I see something that someone liked it, then that might make me like I did with this, because it was mainly negative. But I did see a couple of positives. I thought, well, I'll give it a try and see what happens. And I said I did get a little bit out of it, but not too much. Anyway, thanks for watching. What are you going to do the rest of the day? Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other till we meet again here on the Film and TV channel. Or perhaps you flit over to my Football Citizen channel on Manchester City, please. Stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bernard saying goodbye for now.